Hi, so welcome to this question here. Well, we're trying to find the surface area and the volume for this question here, but it looks like a simple one, but it's not, okay? Because it's different shapes, different lengths, and the width for the different dimensions here. So let's start off by figuring out the surface area, okay? So to figure out the surface area, that means you get the front and the back, you get the bottom piece, you get this slanted side right here, you also get this side over here, which is the left side, okay? So a couple things that we should check before we start the question is to check all the dimensions to see if they have the same units for all of them. We get a millimeter, and a centimeter, okay? So I'm going to change the centimeter into millimeter first. But we know that for every centimeter, it's just a 10 millimeter, right? So I'm just going to change this number to 12 millimeters right away. So just let me change the color pen here. So I'm going to change into 12 millimeter here, so you won't forget. Okay, so let me erase that quickly. 12 millimeter. Okay. So coming back over here. So once now we've changed it, we need one more dimension that's not given to us. Okay, because if we're going to calculate the surface area, eventually we're going to calculate this side right here. So we need a dimension of this side right here, the slanted side. Okay, so we need a little bit of math, which is called the Pythagoras. So we need to figure out this slanted side here, which is called the S. Okay. So that is a right triangle right here. That means you could use the c squared equals a squared plus the b squared. Okay? Let me see if I can find a little space right here to show you the work. So let me use that in red. So coming down over here, let's just kind of do the equation s squared equals to a squared plus the b squared. Okay? So to find the s, you're going to square root whatever you have for the two sides. So we're looking for this one right here. So we got a 16 and a 12. 16 and the 12. Okay? So if you do the math, you're going to figure out the slanted side is going to turn out to be, it's approximately 20. Okay? So let's just use 20 over here. And let me just put equals to 20 over here as well. Okay? So now once we have all the dimensions, we are now ready to go ahead and calculate all the surface area that we have. Alright? So to start off, it's really up to you. You can calculate the area here, the top, the front, the back, doesn't matter. But I'm just going to follow my work right here. I'm going to do the front and the back, which is this side right here and the ones at the back. Okay? So I'm going to call it the F and B. Okay? So the front part of the triangular prism here, it's actually a triangular shape, right? So you had to use the base times the height divided by 2 equation. So we're going to do base times the height and divide by 2, right? To find the front part. But since there's two identical pieces, so you're going to multiply by 2 anyway. So to save yourself on work, 2 divided by 2, that part is gone. So just take the base, which is the 12, okay, and it's going to multiply by the 16, okay? So we get a nice number on the side right here. It's going to give us 192, okay? And it's the millimeter square, and that's the 192 over here. Then we're going to look at what other shapes that we have. So we still have the bottom piece. So let's say you're going to do the bottom piece right now. So let's come down to here for the bottom piece. Let me fill in the whole word here for you. Okay? Now if you look at the bottom piece, it's actually going to be a rectangular shape. We can actually draw a little bit lines in there to show you that the shape is going to look like something like this, right? Okay, and I believe this one's down this way. Okay? And that's it. So it's a rectangular piece. So that means you're just going to take the length times the width for the area calculation. Okay? So coming back over here, it's just going to be the length times the width. So we got the length right here. Oh, it's actually 12 times 12. So it's actually a cube. So it's 12 times 12. Let's just square that number right there. So we got 144 millimeter square. Okay? The 144. And then what else do we have? We still got the left-hand side, which is nice, easy to calculate because we do have the dimension already. If this is 12, that's going to be 12 right here, and that's 16. So let's say we do the one on the left. So this is the left. Okay? So to find the surface area, again, it's just the length times the width. So we got a 12 and a 16. So let's put down 12 times the 16. A little messy here. Let me get a little erase right there. 12 times the 16, and my answer to that part right there would be 192. Okay, so 192 meter square. Okay? So coming down to the last side, okay, it's a little bit more work because every side is a little different. So the slanted side right here. Now remember, the reason that we calculated the S is so that we can get the surface area, because the length is 12 here, and then the height would be 20. Okay? So let's call it the slanted side right here, the slanted. We got the length times the width again. And you can put in any number you like in any order, because you're doing multiplication anyway. 20 times the 12, okay? We got a nice number right here, is 240 centimeter square. So at the end, to get all the surface area, all you have to do is just add everything together. So if you punch in the calculator, you should get a nice number, which is going to give you 768, okay? And don't forget the unit, square, okay? Now, coming back to the very last part of the question, it's to find the volume. Now, the volume, it's much, much easier because there's use the equation, right? So, I'm going to put a little space right here. To figure the volume of a rectangular prism, its equation is just the base of the area. The base area, actually, I'm just going to call it the base area. Okay? And multiply by the height of that triangle, which is going to be the 16. Okay, so multiply by the height. So the base area is going to be 12 times the 12, and the height is going to be the 16. Okay, so we're going to take, oh sorry, it's not the base area, sorry, my bad. It's actually the triangular part is your base. Okay, so it's the 12 times the 16 divided by 2. So we got 12 times the 16 divided by 2, because you're doing a triangular prism. The base is not the rectangular part, it's the triangular part. My bad. So it's the 12 times 16 divided by 2, and then you multiply by the height. Now the height, if you treat this side as a base, then the height is going this way. Okay? Then the 12 is the height in this question. Okay? So the volume for this one at the end is going to be 1152 centimeter. Oh, it's a millimeter cube. Okay? And that's it for this question. Thanks for watching.